Welcome back, everyone. Bitcoin pumped, and you guys are asking, should I take profit, Simon? What's the plan? Should we keep it? Will it go up more? Is there a recession, a stagflation, stagnation? What is going on? Let's have a look at it. Because the goal here is financial freedom, and for that we need to build a long-term portfolio, but also we need to have revenue systems that you can reinvest. Let's say 30 to 36% of your net income per month you reinvest into those hard assets. So over long term you build assets that work while you sleep. And now what should we do? Should we take profits from short-term gains? And if we take profits, where do we put them? Should we stay in cash? So let's look at it. Let's jump directly into it. Bitcoin has been moving really strong. Recently we are at 42,500. And now the question is there more room to go? What is the plan? Let me show my plan. My plan is unchanged. It is the same as we discussed over the last months. I have 3 stages. The buying stage is between 14,000 and 30,000. The do nothing stage is from 31,000 to 59,000. That's also still unchanged. And the sell zone is between 59 and 115,000. Now, okay, there have been some changes like the ETF approval that seems to be coming in January or in March, but probably January. So things might go even higher than we thought, but my plan is unchanged. Okay, if it goes higher, that's fine, but my plan is unchanged. I buy from 14 to 30, I do nothing from 31 to 59,000, and I sell from 59,000 to 116,000. Now, I've even a much more specific plan, obviously, of how much I sell at which. And so I will sell exactly at 59, at 68, at 90, and at 110. And the sell orders are already set in my account. So I don't have to think about it. It will happen automatically. And doing nothing is really hard, probably for you too, right? Just waiting, sitting on your hands when everybody is excited. It's not that easy. So what do we do in between? Well, here we do nothing. So let's look at the other things. I did decide that I will put 10% of my portfolio into a playing money bucket. I want to speculate. Let's say it's casino money, right? This is playing money. And with those 10%, I am going to really hard into the Solana ecosystem because there's so much going on. And so my plays have been Raydium, Orca, Shadow, Pyth. And I did not go into Bonk, but the community is super excited about Bonk and also Marinate. I am bullish about Jupiter and Camino. As soon as they come out as a token, I will enter also there. And I went into Jito. So let's look into some of those. Raydium and Orca are decentralized exchanges. Raydium today alone is up 18%, and Orca is up 19%. So they're going wild. Shadow is a DePIN play, decentralized physical infrastructure. And I'm bullish DePIN because it's a strong narrative. It's even 2 strong narratives, the Solana narrative and the DePIN narrative. Another DePIN narrative that I'm invested in is Render. Let's look at Render. That's also a DePIN play, decentralized physical infrastructure. And specifically Shadow and Render, they solve the compute problem. So over the next years, we will do more and more videos on our phone and on our iPad. We're starting to do this already. But with AI, they will be even more powerful and they will need more compute. Now, at some point, our phones, our iPads, will be at the limit of their computational power. So the solution that I'm looking for is, who is building something that's a cloud-based, decentral, so not owned by one entity, place where if I need compute, I can take it from the compute of other phones that are not using it, and they get tokens for it. And if I am not using my phone, other people can use my computational capacity, and I get tokens for that. So I've been looking the last months for these types of plays, and two of them are Render. This is Render. I'm invested in Render. I don't think it has much of an upside anymore because it has run so much. It's done really, really well. I wouldn't enter now. And the second one is Shadow. Also, Shadow has been running really, really strongly recently. So also maybe not the right time to enter, but congrats if you are holding Shadow. And this is where I would take profits. I would take profits today from Shadow, Orca, and Radium, even if they will run even more. That's at least my expectation. But this is the casino part of my portfolio. From that part, definitely take profits and reinvest them into your long-term part. My long-term part is Tesla. Let's go to the year of Tesla, or even the 5 years. Tesla definitely still in buying zone. Solana is for me still in the buying zone. Look how much upside potential Solana has. ASML is something that I want to buy even more of for my long-term portfolio because they are basically a duopoly. One chip needs a ton of hardware manufacturing. One of the bottlenecks is DUV, deep ultraviolet, because those huge machines, they have to create the information layer, hardware information layer of the microchip. One such machine costs 200 million, and it takes 5 or 6 planes to bring that machine, and that is an ASML machine. So that's a huge moat. I don't think anything can disrupt ASML over the next 10 years. So that's a long-term play. Hermes is a long-term play. Why? Louis Vuitton, which is one of the competitors, spends 16% of sales to acquire one customer. Hermes spends 4%, so 16% to 4%. Why? What's the difference? The difference is Hermes has stronger branding effects, stronger network effects, and the mathematics of a network effect. How do you measure a network effect? You measure a network effect when you have a lower CAC, lower cost of acquisition of a client. The reason is a network effect brings in new clients just by creating marketing effects. Because if you're outside a club and you see 200 people standing there, you go, oh, there is something going on in this club, let me go there. This is how a network effect creates marketing effects. And thus, that club needs to do less effort to bring in people. Same with Hermes. Hermes doesn't need to advertise as much as Louis Vuitton because Louis Vuitton has one part, which is the beverages, basically. And those beverages, champagne, etc., they need more advertisement. But Hermes is in the luxury segment, not just in the higher quality segment. And in the luxury segment, you need less effort. How you see that? Lower cost of acquisition. So Hermes is in my long-term portfolio. And of course, Bitcoin is in my long-term portfolio. Visa is in my long-term portfolio. So when I take profits today from Shadow and from Orca and from Radium, I will reshuffle them into Hermes, into Bitcoin. Oh, not into Bitcoin. We are in the do nothing zone. Into Hermes and ASML and some Tesla. That's how I manage my portfolio today. Happy to answer any questions that you have, and keep rolling. See you tomorrow.